As We Heal is a space for open conversation, personal stories, and diverse episodes are unique to each individual and may not reflect the experiences of others. Nothing discussed should be taken as professional advice. Please consult an appropriate professional for support relating to your own health, well-being, or circumstances.
Hello and welcome back to another episode of As We Heal. And if you're here today, we are going to have an incredible episode because we have the amazing Miri. Now, I am going to tell you a little bit about Miri before we dive in. Miri is a Kundalini practitioner and she goes ahead and holds incredible ceremonies. She also is a Theta practitioner, which we are going to learn all about today. She is a psychic. She is clairvoyant, and I am so excited to dive into all things As We Heal with Miri today. So Miri, thank you so much for joining me. I'm so excited that you're here. And before we jump into everything, tell me, who was Miri before everything, the clairvoyance, the psychic abilities, the healing journey for you started? Who were you?
Yeah. Hi, Kisha. Thank you so much for this opportunity. It's a beautiful space, and I'm very honored to be here.
Thank you.
And share the voice. Also, maybe have a little bit of impact on the people, so the people can learn and also more trust themselves, and also more learn about this journey.
Yeah.
So who I was before this journey. I was a little girl. Just very creative, so playing with the life, how it was going. I was not really aware of what is going on, and up until a very significant event in my life, and that was unfortunately that of my grandma, which she passed away.
Yeah.
And from that moment, I just realized like this little girl had to little bit mature. And what I was doing, I was started to pray. I was not led in any religion. I was not having any background. I was not going to church. I was not following anyone. I was just by myself, little bit disconnected from the world, from the parents, because things were not really easy in our childhood and in our household. And I started to pray. I remember these times when I was literally by myself in the room, and I was grieving, I was crying, and I was praying like, Grandma, please come back to me. You was the only one who understands me. And that was very, very significant moment, because that was a moment when I, as a 6-year-old girl,
6 years old.
yes,
Wow. Yeah.
I realized how painful it is to lose someone and how significant someone was for me.
Of course.
So I was praying. I wanted to hear my grandma's voice one more time, and I was praying every single one day. I remember I was going from the school, a preschool time. I was going home, and I was just like, Grandma, please talk to me. I want to be next to you. And I don't know what happened at some point. I started to be more aware of my things, of my environment, of little movements in the back of my eyes.
Wow.
And I realized by the time, it was not really actually a long time after I started to pray, that there is someone next to me, someone who is trying to communicate, or someone who is trying to give me actually a sign.
Wow.
So that was a moment when I realized, like, as a really 6-year-old girl, that there is something beyond, that there have been something really activated within me, which really had the trust that I can communicate with my grandma.
And I love that you had this trust within yourself. Did you communicate this with your guardian, your parents?
Well, my parents were a little bit more skeptic, especially my mom. She was always rejecting this side of life. Like, she never gave me any signs like something is beyond this world, right? I was just very much lost, because I also was wondering where are my answers, right? So this was a little bit hard for me to navigate. So I was by myself.
Yeah.
My younger brother was just 1 year old, so I could not really speak with him and share with someone. The only one who was aware of the little things was my auntie. So we share few times like a conversation that this is happening, but I understood from the perspective of the adult that she was trying to really keep me small, or trying to keep me in the bubble. Like these things doesn't exist. These things are not really dominant. They are not really significant in the life, and I should just literally mind my own business as a girl.
Yeah, of course.
Play with the dolls and just be this free little creative soul. So this was a moment when I realized there is something beyond.
There's something
and
more.
I was so fascinated that I started to do more. I was exploring more whenever I was going outside, in the forest, in the playground, in the school. I was always wondering if there is something beyond, if there is something way bigger than this reality. Like I really felt like my consciousness has been very open since this significant moment of realization that I really didn't want to lose someone so important in my life.
100%. And it sounds like your grandma was that, her passing was that massive pivotal moment.
Yeah.
I haven't really spoken, I think when we met as well, I never really shared this with you, but for me, when I was 10, my grandma passed away. And that was when I started deeply thinking about everything as well. My grandma, my mum's mum, was a huge part of my life, and I still till this day will, if I'm in a predicament, I'll be like, oh Nani, like, please guide me, please help me. Do you feel like your grandma has, now on the other side become like that angel for you?
100%. She's always there, she's always present. The only thing which was for me very important to also navigate was that I was having this grief, and this grief was coming with me up until, let's say, 25 years or 30 years afterwards. So I was still grieving. I was still not realizing why I am so low with my mood, why I'm feeling depressed, actually, why I'm feeling like something is missing out in my life. Up until I met a few people which explained to me, and I also went through different healing modalities where I could understand that the human, which is basically a passing, or that is having a soul, and the soul will never go away somewhere. So people are just transforming, but they are never leaving, right? So the soul will be always next to us. We are not having this separation. There is always the connection. It's just in different shape and form, this soul. So that was for me like a little bit of comforting, because I could understand that even if my grandma is not anymore in the physical presence, she is still with me in any different presence and shape and form. And that gave me this kind of closure. And I started to understand that even if the people will pass away, you can still make a contact with them. We can still talk with them. They can still help us. We can still cherish them. We can still feel like they are here.
And for someone who's currently going through a really immense grieving process, I can see why that would be comforting as well, because all of a sudden your entire life exists around and with this person in the physical, then suddenly they're gone, and it can feel really empty. It can almost feel as though you've lost an organ. So to recognize and to understand whether or not a person believes it or is skeptical, to feel as though regardless of whether this person is here in the physical, they're still here in energy, or beside you in energy whenever you need it, can be really comforting. I hear that. I understand that. And what was life growing up then? I guess you're a young girl who's now accepted and understands, and I suppose it sounds like you really advocated for the fact that you did believe that you had these abilities and have these abilities. And so what was life like staying true to yourself? Because that can be really hard growing up when everyone's telling you, no, this is not real, and you're like, no, this is real and this is me.
There was a lot of fights with my parents also. Like they were trying to really push me, and I didn't have like the easiest childhood, because every soul, I really believe that every soul is coming to this earth and is being really reincarnated into this world with some type of base. I would call it base. Some people are having a little package which is full of joy, and then they develop, they expand. Some people are having a little bit of trauma. Some people are experiencing abandonment issues or rejection issues, or they are feeling disconnected from love. Some people are having karmic ties from the previous life, so they are coming here to cleanse and really wash away all these heavy baggages, and then then basically they have a chance to evolve, right? I really believe that I did have this package also, and the package was this abandonment from my mom. So we used to fight a lot, and I always felt very disconnected, and I always felt like there is no support around me. And my mom, she was trying to restrict me, take my voice away, diminish who I am. That was okay. That was something which I had to learn by the time, and I absolutely understand and have full acceptance of that lesson. But one thing she never took from me was this trust. Was the trust and this deep spirituality which has been open since very young age. And I said to myself many times, even if they will take everything away from me, they will never take the voice, the trust I do have, and the connections with the higher realms, with the spirits, with the souls over there. It's something which will be always with me.
I love that.
And that's also very comforting, because sometimes we feel alone, right, in this world.
Yes.
But then when we realize we do have these friends over there, right?
Of course.
We can talk to our higher self, to our spirit team, to our angels. Then you never feel alone.
Yeah.
And that is something which is so empowering, because I don't have a reason to be feeling alone anymore, right?
Yes.
Like as I was as a child. So this is very, very strong. Like I feel like I am supported. If it's not in the physical world, it's gonna be definitely in the spiritual world.
In the spiritual world, which also plays such a big part in our physical world now, doesn't it? Yeah, I absolutely love that. So my next question is, you are clairvoyant. This means that you are able to see. If someone was to ask you who had no idea what clairvoyance is, how would you explain that to them?
Okay, so I'm the person who is having strong vision. So imagine that someone who is receiving the clairvoyant messages is suddenly feeling that you can see the story fully in details. You can see how the person is dressed, what is happening, what is around you. Sometimes you feel like you are already there, like your whole body is over there. You feel like you are maybe touching something, you are moving, you are walking, you are running, you are falling sometimes. So imagine that you literally tap into some type of reality, and you see that message. For example, you can have a premonition on, for example, like how your exams will go, right? So you see yourself already celebrating. You have your cup on the head. You are there. You see people. You feel your heart space very expanded. You feel like you are successful. You did it. When someone is asking like how my exams will go, for example. If you can also ask, like, for example, how some kind of health issue will be resolved. So you can see yourself also. You can have the premonition of vision, basically. Like someone is having a fit body, again, you feel it in the body, you see yourself like you are specifically dressed up, you have the feelings, like how you feel, how the healthy body is feeling, right? You can see yourself smiling, you can have the face expression showing to you like, yes, it went well, the healing journey is done, I'm very much recovered, right, from the disease or from any sickness.
It's like a little movie that you see.
Exactly. Like we are just like in a little cinema, so you are having your life in front of you.
Wow, that's amazing. I've never heard it in that way, because obviously when I sit down and I think, oh, clairvoyance, I'm just thinking, okay, like I wonder if you're sitting here looking there and you can physically see something. I'm assuming maybe that's a part of it too, but it's really nice to hear that you are actually, someone asks you a question, it's almost as though you're feeling that person's energy and then directly seeing what's going on.
Yeah.
I love that. And you spoke about a little bit earlier about your angels and your spirit team. Do you ever see them as well?
I used to see them when I was a little one. I used to hear them. It was also very interesting. And then I lost this.
Okay.
I lost this over the times. But I had a significant surgery happening back in 2022, where it was a first time when I was experiencing basically a sedation, full sedation. And I woke up after the surgery and I saw like 4 big golden angels around me, but like a robust, massive ones.
Wow.
Standing literally around my bed.
Wow.
While I wake up, and I was like, wow. Maybe I was thinking like I am high from these pills, but then I felt so supported, and I felt like, okay, the surgery went very, very good. This is amazing. I was also under very strong medication, so I was a little bit, in my logical mind, I was a little bit doubting it could be from that, right? But then my inside, my heart was saying like, no, this is it. This is it.
Your gut knows. Well, so many people who experience, near-death experiences have experiences of this when they do regain a bit of consciousness as well, where they will see whether that's a spirit team or a significant angel. And I've heard of so many experiences like that before. It sounds very similar. And was there ever a period, because I know you mentioned it right now, where you have actually doubted your abilities?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I had a moments when I was physically very ill for unknown reasons. I was really feeling very low, and in that times I was trying to understand what is going on with me. Not even one doctor could give me any answers. My spirit team was so quiet, and I was just really trying to understand like why this is happening, why I feel like there is nothing really existing. And maybe it was really necessary for me to also understand what is going on with me, not just always rely on some answers or some guidance or from someone external to tell you what is going on, right? But just to really figure out on your own, like what I'm really feeling, what is really happening with me, what is my body trying to really tell me.
Yes.
So that was a massive period of like 1.5 years when I was really doubting everything.
Yeah.
I was doubting that this world exists. Sometimes I was feeling very angry and also anxious. Very much I was like blaming that they left me. They also blaming myself that I did something wrong, maybe that I maybe put some type of spell on me, or maybe I just mentioned something, maybe I just close it unintentionally, and I was just sitting with it. And I'm not gonna lie, that this period was very sad and lonely again. So this reminds me again these times when I was sitting after my grandma passed away. So these feelings of loneliness
Took
again,
you back.
came back, and I was re-evaluating how my body is feeling, how I am feeling in this moment, and emotionally how I am, and why I'm feeling this lost. So it was very back when I'm looking back now on these times, it was very necessary to happen. Yes, it was like another layer of me was basically being peeled off by this experience when I was doubting.
And it's so interesting to hear, because it seems like you had 2 very similar periods of loneliness. One when you were 6, and I don't know, was the other one more recent, would you say, was it when you were an adult?
Yes, it was 2022.
2022.
So like 4 years ago,
Okay, and so that would be you as an adult, and it seems like when we're young, we have less of the override on our subconscious because of a lot of things that we've grown up seeing, right? When we're older, there's a lot more doubt and a lot more, I suppose, fear-based thinking that can happen, that can make you mistrust yourself. Do you feel as though that's what had happened?
Yeah, I was also very much influenced with lots of spirituality and spiritual people and communities, and there was also a lot of times when on social media people were many times like almost like competing with each other.
I see.
Like who's gonna deliver a better message and things,
Oh,
right?
I see.
So I also believe that the part of me was trying to compete with with them also and deliver the message. And at some point, I have created resistance towards that.
Yeah.
So this might be also one point why I was after all of that questioning and
Yeah.
doubting everything, like if these things are really real, because I felt like the market is just full of all these informations and everything was mixed in a way that I started to be very overwhelmed. And I have created this resistance for sure.
Yeah. And would you say, when you were trying to help and support others on this journey, you were also simultaneously healing? Because something that I truly believe in is no matter how much you are there trying to support others, you too are constantly on this healing journey.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah.
I also believe like every single one person in this earth is having some type of a journey, some type of a meaning why we are here, and some kind of purpose in this life.
Yeah.
And whether it's in expression in the physical world, so some people are doing like gym trainings, right? Some people are doing medicines through the herbs, doing like herb mixes, or doing some type of blends to heal the people. Some people are doing mindset work, right? It's lots of type of expression how to heal. But if one it doesn't really know and understand itself, like how we can heal others,
How
right?
we can support others.
If I know what is working on me and what I did if I was in the times which were very dark for me, then, and I know how dense and how very dark these times are, then I can hold the space for others, right? So I do have the emotional maturity, the expansion of the emotions on the whole scale. I can really help to people to navigate them through these dark times, not just to say like, oh, this is gonna be okay, I'm sending you love and life and everything will be perfect.
Yeah.
I don't really believe, and whoever is doing this work is not really understanding themselves and is just doing these things, is really bypassing people and is really gaslighting people.
Of course.
And this industry especially is very important to navigate with integrity.
Yes, 100%. And I can see that. And which is also why when I spoke to you, I could feel that integrity. I could feel that trust. And also the fact that you also are very much human. I think when someone goes to get healing from a psychic or a medium or someone who's, practicing even, Kundalini healing, we seem to think, oh, this person must be healed.
Yeah.
And I think it's so important to recognize that that's not the case. We are actually all very much in this human experience also trying to constantly heal, but how much can we support others and in what different ways?
Yeah, that's the thing, like if we don't know the depth until when we can go, many times we can cause more disaster towards other people.
Yeah.
Like to really bring them the true healing.
Yeah, exactly.
Some people also like to come and experience some type of surface level healings. What does it mean, surface level? So it means like just to show to people that the spiritual world is based on crystals. That we do have some healings, we do have some cards, we do have some energy centers, we do have some chakras, right? We like to talk about that. But there is no really understanding of the emotions, the traumas trapped in the body. There is no going through it with the client, which is going through grief, sadness, angriness, like a massive, really like a depression. The client will always think like, oh, this is the healing, right?
Yes.
But it's not the real healing.
Yes, I understand
Because
that.
then the people will have the tendency just to chase the highs, right?
Yes, of
but
course.
we are not here to just chase the highs, and we are humans having human experience, and we live in non-duality. So as we are also experiencing the good feelings, we are also experiencing, and we must experience those little bit uncomfortable ones.
Yeah, it's the pendulum that goes side by side, right?
Yes.
It must go this way for it to go this way, and it must go this
Exactly.
way for it to go this way. And that is what I tend to believe as well. Whenever I'm going through a tough time, I'll try and put my trust into, all right, we're in this now. It's really hard, and I am finding this difficult. Is it going to get better? It has to. And I'll just have my full faith in that, even though it's hard to sometimes. But yeah, I try my best to. I heard that obviously you have this in your bio as well, that you are a Theta healing practitioner. What does Theta healing mean?
So yeah, Theta is very close to my heart. I will start with a little explanation. So Theta basically is all about the subconscious mind. We are connecting through the creator. So in different modalities, we are connecting to universe, to love, to unconditional love, to our higher self. In the Theta, we are connecting through the creator, so the highest energy above all. And then through the creators, we are basically seeing what kind of subconscious patterns, limiting beliefs we do have. We know that we are manifesting our reality based on our subconscious mind, but 90% of our reality is based on our subconscious creation. So we just have a 10% of our conscious mind where we are creating the reality. So imagine like what kind of impact it has, right?
Yeah.
That's why for me also a person which is very curious about why the things are happening in this way, why I'm acting like that,
Yeah.
what is pushing me to be like that, right?
Yes.
So Theta is all about the subconscious digging. So we go into the creator's perspective, and then we are basically searching for the root cause of our acting, of our behaviors, of our limiting beliefs, of our fears, of our resistance, also sickness and diseases.
Wow.
And through the creator we can connect to our past, through the Akashic records, also to our future. We can see the future. Also future is something which we are creating every minute, so in that moment we can see the most predictable future happening. And we are through the Theta we are asking the client like what kind of lessons we are learning, because every person which is going through something, for example, is going through a breakup with a partner, right?
Correct.
Is going through triggers in the relationships.
Correct,
right?
yeah.
We don't know why this is happening, right? Because our conscious mind would not tell us. But once we are connecting the client through the highest creator's love and perspective, we can see what kind of lessons we are learning. Maybe this person came in a relationship to teach us the love lesson, right?
Yes.
To really love ourselves. Maybe the sickness was benefiting me because I got attention from people, because once I was sick, people started to reach out to me, were asking me like, and I was feeling before very lonely. Yeah. So I manifest a disease in order to be more seen, right? So this is it. This is the amazing thing. Through the Theta, we can really see the patterns. And also Theta was very significant when it's coming to opening up my senses. So the clairvoyance become more stronger. The clairsentience happen very naturally and more profoundly also. So that was very nice, amazing experience.
What is a significant moment that you have experienced as a healer? Like something that stays with you and in your mind?
So there have been a lot. What is significant is like I can clearly see who has a good intention and is really going through the pure intention and is truly connected.
Yes.
And who is not.
Oh, wow.
Sometimes I'm seeing like shadows around the people, the patterns, the behavior. I know that they are not really themselves. I can see they are little bit like channeling different energies from different sources.
Oh, wow.
So this has been more like enhanced for me, and I am very much aware of who is around me, and who has a good intention and who not, and also I'm seeing in between.
Oh, wow.
Right.
For example, are you seeing like physical shadows?
Yeah, once I saw literally a past woman.
Yeah.
This was very interesting. I was in my work, and I literally saw like a soul just passing in a white dress, and that was very interesting to see. That was very crazy for me to experience. Yeah, and sometimes I see the shadows. Sometimes I'm seeing, especially when I'm near to the mirrors, I'm very much aware of the mirror energy. If there is anything popping out, if there is anything happening.
Wow. Yeah.
Sometimes I can hear steps on the stairs, which is sometimes very scary.
Yeah.
But then I know who is it, so
You know.
I can through the Theta also send these souls to the light.
Oh, amazing. There's a belief system that some souls can get stuck sometimes in between.
Yes, we do have our own will, so even after passing, it's very important to also realize that we do have a choice.
Yeah.
Some people would like to go straight away to the light, as we call it, the light, and just evolve, or maybe just stay over there and then decide if they want to be incarnated again or not. I personally believe in incarnation. Some people will complete their cycles and they will basically do not continue anymore in the human form. They will just continue in the spiritual world. And some people, after passing, they didn't really complete their journey. Usually this is connected with the people who are having some kind of karmic ties with the world, or unfortunately did a suicide. So this can be very strong karmic baggage for the soul, and the soul can be trapped.
Okay.
Can be trapped, can be feeling very low, very much like there is no way out, right?
Yes.
So this is the moment when we say sometimes that, for example, this house is haunted. Yeah.
Yes.
Most probably is a soul which has been trapped,
Yeah.
which didn't find the closure, and is basically through the noises, through the steps, through the voices, right? Is basically asking or begging for the help.
Yes.
Some souls are also very aggressive.
Yeah.
It could be accumulation of the people living in the houses. Sometimes we are creating through these arguments like a little bit of like energy build-ups.
Yeah.
And these build-ups are creating I would not say this is like a conscious soul, but it's energy. It's energy manifesting itself and is creating lots of problems.
Yeah. Well, I guess some of us can sometimes feel it. When you go to like view a house or an apartment or something. I've had this last year. I was viewing houses and homes, and I walked in and I could immediately say nope. Without even really looking, I'd just be like, feels a bit dense in here, or feels really light and airy, and all of a sudden you'd walk in and you'd feel like your throat is like stuffed up, and you're like, nope, no, this is beautiful, but no.
Your body is saying to you straight away, right?
Straight away.
It's picking up on that. That's very nice. A gift which you have.
Yeah.
Yes. So many times these energies or leftover of the energies are staying in the houses, and we can easily say like there is something wrong here, right?
Yeah.
There is something stuck here, and of course you don't want to leave there up until you really know what is going on, and you would like to maybe help, right?
Correct. Exactly. And I know you also do Kundalini work. I was lucky enough to experience and see you actually in action. And tell me a little bit about this and what your journey has been like in the Kundalini world.
So yes, the Kundalini has been very much eye-opening for me experience. I had my personal Kundalini awakening back in 2018. When it's coming to Kundalini, what does it actually mean, right? So Kundalini, in other words would be a life force energy. What is life force energy, right? Something which we came in with into this world, and it's our own essence, right? It's our life, it's our connection to life, it's our joy, it's our emotion, it's our creation, the creative side. So if I'm gonna say it in a very simple word, it's a time when we were a kid.
Yes.
So as a kid, we didn't have any problems. We just jump into the water, right? We just play with the things. I want to just go and do things which we as adults will consider as there is a potential risk for me.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna do it. How people will look at me, how they will judge me, how they will blame me, and things. So those times when we were as a kids were the most profound times. So it was a pure essence of our soul, right? Kundalini energy, Kundalini activations sessions are basically bringing this essence back. It's like stripping away all these fears, these judgments, this blame around us, these perceptions from ourselves, from other people also. And it's literally like stripping away all these. And also bringing this sense of integration within the physical body. So we literally feel like we are embodying again back our essence.
Got it, yeah.
So when, for example, we release on the session some fear of judgment from other people, right? Then we feel literally in the body, and we are acting on that in the normal daily life, like the version of ourselves which is not afraid to say our truth, is not afraid to say what we feel, how we see that person. I'm just gonna deliver you this, and you are not afraid anymore, right? So it's very safe process. So basically this practice is a little bit like pushing the energy to open up. Some people could have very negative experience, because once we really open up this Kundalini energy through those modalities, right? Because that's a little bit more forced energy. We can suddenly feel like we're getting crazy. Because it's a lot. We just don't see things like how they are. We see way beyond. We feel way beyond. We feel like we are connected to everyone. It can be very overwhelming, and our nervous system through the years, it's being not fully aligned with that. It's being very disorganized. It's being very messy, right? But CAP, basically Kundalini activation process, is very safe and very gentle opening of these layers of ourselves. It's never gonna deliver you more than you are ready for that.
Ready to experience. And I understand that, because I've had a few Kundalini sessions myself, and one thing that I've noticed is, even for me, I'm only leaving the Kundalini session feeling lighter, and then it's almost as though the onion peels throughout the weeks afterwards. I also noticed, so for example, the session that I got to witness you in, so many people left that session saying, wow, they felt incredible. But then I also noticed a few people who were kind of, I don't know if I would use the word shocked, but like thrown by the energy, because it might not be something that they are currently living in. So are they ready for it? And therefore they may feel a bit more like, oh, like, I don't know if I was ready for this. And because of that resistance, they only are able to absorb so much, so they might not see it from the same perspective that you are facilitating for.
I also believe like for every session, the person who's supposed to be there is gonna be there. So even if they are coming and they are shocked, they're leaving the session like they don't know what to think. It's also their experience. And also, if they have enough self-awareness, they will start to ask the questions like, what is this about? Why everyone was having this bliss and me not, right? Why I feel shocked and overwhelmed, right? Some people don't really feel this or don't really have this self-awareness. So they would just close this book and
Yes.
we'll do not come back maybe for next few months, maybe even maybe few years, right?
Yeah.
But then something within them will naturally,
Naturally,
be nudging, like maybe I want to try one more time.
Yes,
I really
exactly.
believe like people are really ready for as much as they are, right?
Yes.
That's very important to see. That's why during and after the sessions we are also as a facilitator, it's very important to say what to expect afterwards. So even if the people who are shocked or feeling like thrown off or will say like, oh, this is not for me, we a little bit nudge them, just to have a little homework for them to understand, and I believe they will unpack this homework when they are ready.
Yes.
Why they feel the way they were feeling, or why they were shocked, or why they didn't feel anything, right?
Yeah, it's so important to plant that seed.
It is. It's also very important to say this, because that's where the real work is starting, right? If we can go straight away to high, but how we can go if there is no this resistance being broken, like why I'm feeling like I'm feeling nothing. Yeah, this is very, very important, and especially for me as a space holder, I would love to know why you don't feel anything. What is trying to hold you back? What is standing in your way? Why you are standing in your own way? I'm gonna definitely dive in after the session and ask and plant the seeds. And the person in their own time, they will unravel this. We do have a tendency to definitely protect ourselves, right? So even if we are experiencing life, we don't want to really share this with other people. Sometimes we are going through situations in our life which we want to keep for ourselves, and suddenly someone is coming and is literally just dipping exactly into the middle, right?
Yes.
And we are like, no,
Right
like,
on
I
the
don't
wound.
want to really go through that. I don't want to feel it. It's uncomfortable. I don't want to even accept that. That this is happening, right? So sometimes it really feels like someone is literally stripping us away from this, right? Because these energies are really going very deeply and very much into that center of the biggest, I would say, problem. So yeah, it can be hard to be vulnerable sometimes.
Exactly.
Right?
And I think it's this vulnerability, and it's this changing of perception of vulnerability. You know, vulnerability, it makes you strong, it makes you kinder to yourself, it doesn't make you weak. And I think recognizing that, because I felt like that initially when I used to open up on my social media about things like my miscarriage or what I was going through, and I would initially feel really nervous and really shy, and then I was like, no, this is important to do, because it was told for so many years that it's wrong to do, but it's actually important to do. There's strength in it.
100%. It's like the more authentic we are, the more people will also see us as authentic, and they will give you more support. This is what I also understand on this journey, is like if I was trying to be someone, it was never going into the long term. It was always just like a short period scenario playing out. But once I really realized, like, okay, I do have this problem and there is nothing else I could try on, only just to be vulnerable and go out from my shell and literally admit that I need help. It's a very, very common thing, is because of our restrictions, our childhoods, our traumas, our even the consciousness we were born in, right? We were really like closed off. Asking for help is something which also is a very common belief in Theta, which I learned from the experiences. Is like asking for help is something which we used to shame a lot. We used to judge it like, oh, that person needs help, right? But yes, I need the help. And that was a moment when I accepted that I really need the help, and I really show up. I really went on social media like, guys, I really need help with this. I received the most support.
Exactly.
And that was a moment of realization when I was like, there's nothing I can hide, because there will be always people judging, there will be always people blaming, there will be always people looking on you through their own projection, fears, right? But there will be always people who will support you.
Exactly.
And will see you.
Exactly. And I think naturally our ego tries to make it seem as though the miss-support and the judgment is a lot bigger, where in fact that's actually a lot smaller. We just see it under a magnifying glass, but really the love and support is so much bigger. And the energy holds is so much bigger as well.
Yeah.
Now, jumping into intuition and channeling, because this is something that was always intrigued me. And I want to know, do you think everyone is intuitive?
100%, yes.
Yeah.
In my perspective,
Yeah.
Everyone is intuitive. It doesn't have to be straight away as we see it in the news or social media, or that I'm having a magic ball and I'm just seeing the future and things. People are intuitive through the bodies, for example. Yeah.
Yes.
Some people just don't call them that I am intuitive, because they just have maybe more developed this logical side of themselves, and they don't want to really see the things. Also, when I'm gonna look a little bit more further, it can be some people are incarnated here with the experience that they were very open and very psychic in the past, and they've been killed for that, for example, or buried away, so there was some kind of punishment happening, and they decided to come to this life with very logical minds.
And that's their past life trauma.
Yes, that's the past life trauma.
Yeah.
So they don't want to really admit that intuition is something I'm having, right?
Yeah.
But then how we can explain things, for example, the person is going somewhere, for example, taking the train, right? And suddenly is having this feeling like, you know what, I'm not gonna take this train, I'm just gonna take a car, right? And for example, the train will have a problem, or will break down on the halfway, right? How is this possible, right?
Yes.
It was some type of self-awareness system happening and showing the signs like, okay, do not take this train, take this car, this will be way better.
Correct.
No?
Correct.
So this is the intuition,
right?
But some people are really triggered when we say like, oh, I'm not intuitive.
Yeah.
But also very much people are intuitive. If you're not going to talk about intuition and things, all of us have these primal instincts.
We say gut feeling.
Exactly, and this is it. We don't have to literally call it like intuition, but every single person have these gut feelings. Every single one person knows, in the most hardest condition, how to survive. No doubt. No doubt.
Correct. I absolutely love that. But what would you say is something that blocks someone from tapping into their highest potential of intuition?
Yes, so again, if we are going to look it from the perspective of how these people were born and raised, it's very possible that through the childhood, when we are developing ourselves, it's from the up until 7 years, it's most significant for our development, because that's the time when we are basically learning and absorbing all the patterns and behavior from our parents.
Yeah.
So it's also very important to see and consider how the person was raised, right?
Yes.
If it was raised in a family where this spiritual world was not existent, or these woo-woo things, how we call it, were like put on the side, of course, it's not gonna really play out with that person, right?
Right.
The person will say like, I'm not really spiritual, I'm not intuitive, I'm just doing myself, right?
Yes. Sometimes someone's like, oh, I had a gut feeling that this was happening. I always find it so incredible, because a lot of the time, as women, our gut feelings are so right. As women, I've spoken to so many women in my career and what I do as well in supporting women, and I always tell people to trust their own bodies and to listen to what their bodies are trying to say. Not literally, because it's not so easy that we're going to be like getting these direct messages from our body, but we do feel things. And where for someone that might be a message from their higher self, for someone it could just be, I've started taking this new medication and I have a gut feeling that it's not really working for me, and this isn't the one that I want to take. Maybe I'll go back. would you say something as simple as that is also just learning to trust your intuition?
It is.
Yeah.
It also takes some practice and time, right?
Yeah.
But yes, as you were saying, like the women are really intuitive, right? So we always know, we do have, especially during our cycle of our periods, we can feel and we can see what is happening with us. Hormones are playing out, right?
Yeah.
So yes, we definitely have this primal beautiful instinct saying us to what is right for us, what is not right for us. If I'm gonna say to client, you need to listen to yourself, to your body, and literally just act on that. Some people are like saying to me like, okay, how is this possible? Like, I don't know what else I should do. I don't know how I should listen to my body, right? That's the thing, because there is lots of distractions happening in these modern times, and people are spending times on the television or on the internet, right, on the phones, or just drinking, sometimes smoking, right?
Yeah.
So it's lots of distraction happening. So I would not say like everyone is having this feeling. Depends also where they are on the journey. So if they want to distract themselves, there is a smaller chance that they will be really like in tune with the body, right?
Yes.
But I really believe that once you will start to sit with the question, how I can be more in tune with myself, then it will naturally go very fast for you, and you will start to really listen, and you will start to really understand what your body is trying to say to you. The most simple exercise I would advise for today is just like it's also very nice and very active exercise. It's like just go outside of the house and let yourself be led. So imagine you're stepping out from the house, and then you will ask yourself, shall I go right or left or straight, And then as soon as you will reach the crossing path, you can again ask yourself, like, where I'm gonna go, right? Where is my body is trying to lead me? What is the direction I want to go? And this is actually how I was also practicing when it's coming to self-discovery, and when it's coming to developing my intuition. And sometimes I end up in such a beautiful places, honestly, like that. In a forest with the water, and I just met someone on the journey who just greet me with eyes, full of smile, and I was like, wow, this was actually very nice,
Very nice. I love that. And I think often in this day and age, we're all so purposeful. Like, we've got a purpose to go to this shop and get this. So no walks are just unintentional.
Yes.
But I think going into sometimes things with just the intention of just flowing with it is so nice. So I completely agree. I love that you said that. I might try that as well.
100%, yes. This is one of the most simplest way how to really listen to your body. What is the direction you want to go today?
What you want to go?
Where are you drawn to? Yeah. Do you see a path? Do you see a forest? Do you see a sidewalk? Do you want to go left, right, straight, or just turn?
You've obviously been in this space for so many years now. Has there ever been a message that came through for someone logically, but later on it turned out to be exactly what they needed to hear?
So, yes, it happened to me a few times when I passed the message. For me, it was not logic. I knew what is going on. But for the person, for my client, it was a message when sometimes after a few weeks or after a few months it came, and I received a call back, and I was like, wow. My client was saying to me, Miri, now I understand what you was trying to say to me.
Yes, and that happens so often, doesn't it?
So often, right.
I was speaking to somebody about this yesterday, and I said, when we are often going through the worst of the worst, and we are in, the dark night of the soul, which I feel like sometimes people call it, you don't know what's going on, but it's when you look back at it, when you're now in the future, you're like, it made sense.
It's gonna shift. Like, for example, if I do have a client which is going through breakup, and I'm gonna say like, this partner is not good for you because of X, Y, Z.
Exactly.
They will look at me angry. Yeah.
Yes.
Most of the times they will be like blaming you. What are you saying to me? Or they don't want to hear the truth. Right.
Yes.
or if there will be a life decision to be made, right? And I'm gonna advise to my client, you should just maybe try this path and move forward from this point. They will be looking at you like, I'm not really sure about, and sometimes it takes really a time when the things will shift. Yeah. Sometimes we do have also in my work, it's very important when I'm doing a channeling, for example, for other people. It's very important to deliver the message in the way they will understand in this moment, because it can be a little bit triggering, right? It can be a little bit overwhelming, or it can be a little bit scary, right?
Yes.
So it's very important to deliver the message in a very specific way,
Yeah.
and just leave it over there. And you know that when they are ready, it's gonna click. It's gonna click. It's gonna shift, and the person will be like, okay, now I'm out from this situation. I understand it, and they make a call back.
I can imagine that happening quite often as well, because I hear it, in the moment when you're going to meet someone to give you advice. A lot of the time, we all, as humans, this human side of us wants validation.
Yes.
And when we don't get it, and we get more constructive advice, which is like, oh, maybe, it's a different path for you, change can seem so scary.
Yes, some people want to come just for this approval, right?
Yes.
I just want to hear the good things, right?
Yes.
But if we are delivering things which are not really what they want to hear,
exactly,
most of the times they become angry, or being like frustrated. Right?
Yeah. Now, I have a few of the bigger questions for you, which I feel like we often sit down and we ask ourselves. So I thought this would be good to ask you. But what do you feel as though most people misunderstand about this world of spirituality?
Yeah, so from my perspective, is like the spirituality is not something where we lean into. This is something which we are living already. It's not about setting up the altar and praying to goddesses and gods and angels. It's about the embodiment of our spiritual world. It's about how we act when we close the door, and we are talking with our partners, with our family members. It's about how we act after we finish the course, which was, for example, teaching us about some modality, and then we go home and then we are acting in daily life. How we are really acting. That's the spiritual embodiment, right? Are we going to hold resentment any longer? Are we going to be angry? Are we going to judge people or gossip, or are we going to understand the people? It's how we are acting, how we are connecting to our intuition daily, how we are listening to our body.
Yes.
If as a woman, so we are really listening to our cycle, right? If it's really staying with a partner which is suitable for us or not, right?
Or not,
This is it. We are spiritual beings having a human experience, right?
So I completely agree, and I think even for me, my mindset is spirituality is so much more than just putting out a cauldron and lighting a few different candles, and it's so much more deeper than that.
It is deeper, and it's something which is never being separated from us.
Yes.
It's always within us.
It's always within us.
It's just up to us how we decide in this time and space to really see through things. Sometimes we call this spirituality like it's something extra, something on the pedestal out there, right? And I completely understand people who have this resistance. Oh, these are the spiritual people, right? They just maybe from their perception see only these lights and these candles, these cards, these crystals, these closed eyes, and maybe some weird hand postures, right? And they call it a spirituality. It's not.
It's about going within.
It's going within, and it's how we truly live. That's how we perceive, how we can bring our wisdom to our body, how we can listen to ourselves fully, how we can pass the messages to others, how we can support each other, how we can love, how we can show up in the everyday lives, right?
How can we go ahead and enhance our day-to-day life through the actions of love for ourselves? How can we go in rather than always look out? Now, before we finish, I always have 3 closing questions, and I feel like these are some fun ones. So firstly, if you could sit with your younger self over a cup of tea, what would you tell her?
I will say to little Miri that I love her so much, and I would also ask for a forgiveness, that there were times when I abandoned her, and I would just love to hug her and say to her that I will be always there for her, no matter what, no matter what is happening, and that I love her, and I'm very proud of her.
Yes. Oh, and I'm sure she would have loved to hear that, and she probably can hear that. She's within you. What's one thing you want people to take away today from our conversation?
I will definitely encourage every single one, a listener, to really start question things beyond, start to listen to themselves and trust themselves more, and maybe tune into the frequency of what if there is something more beyond what we see.
Yes, what if there is? Love that. And what is healing teaching us today?
It's definitely the remembering, right? The coming home, to really work on ourselves, on our comfortability within our body, within our spirit, our head, right? It's really again this stripping away these perceptions, these projections of other people on us, and really becoming the most authentic ourselves, and living this life in the fullest capacity possible.
Yes.
In the ways which we could not even imagine, right? Because all is available to us.
Exactly.
So if I would like to encourage someone to heal and do the work, it's definitely something I would recommend. And the feeling, when you are really feeling content with yourself, and you really feel like you can show up in this world as you are, fully as you are, authentic. There's nothing better. And I am sure that healing is available for everyone. And in the times when we really want to experience one, I would just send intention, and the right people will always find you and will really help you.
Yeah, I completely agree, and I notice this in my life too, is whenever I need it, I will come across the most incredible people at the most randomest times who will help me learn something new about myself that I needed to know, and I didn't know I needed to know it. So I love that, and I really appreciate you being here, Miri. For everyone listening, how can everyone find you?
So this was amazing, and I'm very excited for new people coming to my life. If there is anything I can help with, I'm very open. We can just get in touch, and I'm here for you.
Thank you so much,
Thank
and
you,
I really
you.
appreciate you being here. And I will be leaving all of Miri's details down below, and I hope you enjoyed this episode. I'll see you in the next one.